I don't think I'm going to push my luck. I think that would be a very stupid thing to do today. I know what it feels like to be stuck. I'm even having pause because this is my house. This is basically just a drywalling cargo van out in the mountains with zero business being on a road like this. If I had my Wrangler, woof, woof, woof.
Actually, go look a little bit. Go ahead and slam the barn door there. Boom, boom. So I'll hop in the back.
Oh boy, it's been a while. Apparently this clutch is super, oh yeah, you don't need to give it any gas.
Oh, it'll walk itself right
What?
out. So.
All right. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And yes, I have a Jeep Wrangler, and I cannot tell you how long I have been waiting to celebrate this here on the channel. I really think it's important that you take the time to actually celebrate your achievements when you have them, and this has been a long time coming. I don't even know really where to begin. I just decided to come out here to the mountains as close as I could get, just do some driving, showcase it a little bit. There's going to be a lot more to come, obviously. Don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Hello, Penny. Welcome to chapter 4. How are you? I say that like she doesn't know we've already been living it for a while. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, sorry, my excitement is through the roof. I feel like I've been containing this for a long time, and you'll eventually learn exactly how long I've been containing my excitement. It was important to me to sort of stay focused on what was going on in the last chapter of my life. But let's just say there's been a lot of hard work going on behind the scenes, and I'm very excited to share it with you. We'll take a little bit of a closer look at the Jeep momentarily, but first and foremost, sort of some housekeeping stuff from the last episode of chapter 3. A few people noticed that in the episode before that, I put my lucky flag this one back up when I was leaving the hotel. And yeah, I think this flag is just too darn sturdy. Anyways, it bent and snapped right off in my hand. I went out and I went around the back of Lucky one time, and it was just like this, just holding on for dear life and just grabbing it and pulling it. It just snapped right off. This is unacceptable. I feel like this has been an uphill battle for far too long. So we're gonna get it attached to Lucky and be done with it. Hopefully, fingers crossed, for a while. Okay, let's see. This sucker will stay up here. Sometimes the garbage man shows up in your shot whilst you're putting your flag on your tiny home on wheels. It happens. Ooh. Winter is officially here. I gotta get my gloves. There we go. Okay. Okay. It's a little bit better. I need a couple more zip ties. I'm done messing around. Okay, where are they? There we go. A couple more, please, out of the garage in Lucky's butt. That's a weird sentence. Get your snippy snips. There we go. 5 zip ties to the ladder. If that fails, we're gonna get a big piece of wood and we're gonna bolt it right onto the door of Lucky with some, I don't know, like C-clamps or something. But for now, stay. All right, so brand new chapter, brand new life, brand new year of my life. I'm very excited. Obviously, like I said, lots going on as well. It's weird because I definitely have an idea of where I want this chapter to go. And obviously that is a very loose outline because life, but the tone of this chapter will ultimately be a little bit different, and not the tone of like every single episode, because who knows how many I'm going to put out this year. 203 last year. Let's see if we can top that. I accept this challenge. Whereas last time was about emphasizing getting out to your happy place and making sure you focus on that a little bit more. My whole point of this chapter is, you know what? We're going to have this conversation after because there's just so much other stuff going on right now. I was my own worst enemy when it came to push and record on my camera for this very first episode here of chapter 4. I wanted it to be a little bit more story-driven, cinematically driven. And then at the end of the day, I thought, no, you know what? I just want to actually talk to everybody and share my enthusiasm and my excitement of where I've gotten to in my van life. And yeah, in one sense, that means I have a Jeep. And she is going to be a big part of this channel going forward because she's a big part of my life. And man, is it a really cool part. Okay. Don't let the heat escape. Make sure the fat pussy stays nice and warm. Now, in typical me fashion, I have been leaning into my creative side and being myself, and I've got so much in store for everybody here. I don't want to get into too much now and then end up repeating myself later. Like I said, this has been here for a while, and we'll get into just how much in the next episode. But for now, this is my new Jeep Wrangler. It's a Willys trim edition, which means it's one level below Rubicon, because Rubicon, you got to spend a whole lot more money for disconnecting sway bar and all that other stuff that I don't really need because I don't plan on doing rock crawling with her. You get a fancy black grille, black wheels, you get the Rubicon shocks. And of course, if you've been around for a while and you've heard me speak of Jeeps, she 100% is a manual transmission, because that is the only transmission a real Jeep has. 3.6 liter Pentastar engine, and there are tons of problems with it. Ever since Fiat purchased Chrysler, or however that deal shook out, they've kind of gone with their quality, but I don't care. Ever since I got my first Jeep Wrangler back in, I think it was 2010, I have been in love with it. It was a very sad day when I had to get rid of that vehicle, which was forever ago now at this point. And of course, I've had many vehicles since then. But not only do I now have a Jeep again in my life, but I'm also living in a van, and I find this whole dynamic super cool. And let me tell you, it has been a lot of fun already. And now I'm staring down the barrel of winter van life whilst having this. Oh boy. So I'm sure some people might be asking, why? You have a vehicle. Why do you need another one? And that's a fair question. And I could beat around the bush and come up with a whole bunch of reasons, or what I'm sure some people might call excuses. The end of the day, because I wanted it. That is the be-all, end-all, full-stop reason. There are 100 other, well, maybe not 100, but there are plenty of other benefits, especially regarding my situation. I've got a little girl. I am very emphatic about how important it is for me to remain in her life in a very prominent role. She's my little girl. It wouldn't be any other way. That being said, I primarily van life around one city. I'm not off gallivanting to see the ocean or whatever else this magnificent world might hold. Maybe that comes later. We've talked about that before. But I've spent the last 2 years living my dad life in my tiny home on wheels, and it has been a huge success. But that is not to say that it's not exactly the most practical thing. And I hear you out there saying, well, that's not very practical either. To which I say, you are correct. However, it's still more practical than driving the van around as much as I do on the daily whilst we're in the city. And it's fun. And of course, as illustrated with that opening shot of this episode, what happened to me last year when I was trying to go up a mountain with my tiny home on wheels, I thought better of it and I didn't want to risk literally everything I had at that point. Goes without saying, the Jeep can go places I would rather not stick the tiny home on wheels, and I'm very excited to see what that will bring. Obviously, it's not a huge surprise to a lot of people. I spend quite a chunk of my time here on the channel discussing this in the summer when I rented a car and did my van life with a second vehicle, and it was fun to sort of play around with that aspect and see how it would work. Obviously, I convinced myself, yep, I can do this, and I did that. While I didn't necessarily want to be keeping it a secret from everybody, it was fun because there are a handful of people that, of course, found out about it. You can't exactly keep a bright yellow Jeep secret from certain people, right? But I do have to give a massive shout out to Vernon. He wrote me on Patreon after a certain episode went live in the last chapter and said, oh, I see you got yourself a new Jeep. And I mean, I didn't deny it. I'm like, yeah? How did you figure that out? This guy got the eyes of a hawk and sees the fob in my hand in that episode, and as a mechanic immediately identifies it as a Jeep Wrangler fob. What? You, sir, are crazy. But that's pretty cool. And I know there will be a lot of other questions as well, and I'm sure they will all get answered in time. Like I said, I've been planning the beginning of this chapter for a very long time. Very excited to finally be able to upload these episodes and share them all with you. I hope you all come along for the ride. Thank you very much for being here, for being part of the channel, for watching all of my shenanigans. You know how much it means to me. And I'm just excited to get this next chapter going and see what it brings. I've been sort of between my back surgery and winter rolling in. I just have sort of felt stuck a bit. I was saying to my friend the other day, I started thinking about sticks and bricks a lot more than I normally do. And I think that's because I haven't been out to see my parents in a long time with my little girl. It's this weird little universe I find myself in that when we're out there visiting them, we are living the sticks and bricks life. We're with family. It is such a nice and positive time when we're there. And I've been missing that. So I'm excited to finally get out there. Right, talking about that, I hope it's kind of proof is in the pudding that when more of this stuff starts falling and freezing to the ground on the roads that go between Alberta and British Columbia through the Rocky Mountains, might be just a little bit more viable for us to be taking the Jeep instead of the lumbering house on wheels. It's such a nice evolution, progression, and like I said, an achievement that I was able to get myself to this place and have this in my life. I don't want to just spend the entire episode gushing, but how can I not? I've been bottling this up for so long. Anyway, I am out here in this beautiful spot here in Alberta. I'm gonna go for a little bit of a walk. I gotta get my back moving. My pain has been pretty manageable for those that might be wondering. I am slowly weaning myself off all of the medication that I've been taking. And yeah, most important thing when it comes to that is to make sure that I keep moving. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm starting to get a little bit hungry, and there is a town very close to where I am that has some quality food, and I want to try their nachos. So when it comes to van life with a Jeep Wrangler, this is pretty darn cool. I don't care. It's like my little kid inside is coming out, and it's like I'm playing with my Lego trucks. And I remember this very specifically. I made a Lego truck once, and I attached a trailer to it, and I was pulling along. With Lego, I added a third trailer, and I was pulling 2 trailers, and I thought that was super cool. But now I am pulling my adult Lego. It's a Jeep with my home. Hey-o. Anyway, the town I'm going to is called Bragg Creek. It's this really nice little, I guess, kind of mountain town. It's not quite in the mountains, but you can see them, and they're right there. Just outside of Calgary in Alberta. Very nice. I was out here the other day, and I went to this bar, and I had their burger, and it was so good. So good. So I've got very high hopes for their nachos. So we will see when we get there. It's going to be a few minutes drive. What do you say, Penny? Get back to some civilization, have some nachos? I'm not getting any nachos, so I don't give a f. wasn't quite straight. Parking when towing the Jeep is definitely a beast all on its own. Hey, there's another Wrangler. Just a color to one that I test drove. Dark green, Sarge green. Gotta get a good run at whatever spot it is you want. That's for sure. The whole setup's a little bit longer than usual. All right, Miss Penny. Ooh, nice one. I will be back momentarily. Oh, fun. Had to get my other phone that I let Brooklyn watch her TV shows on out of the Jeep because I just got a notification that I had a charge on my account on my PlayStation network. Somebody bought a soccer game, not me, and now I can't get into my account. So I'm actually on hold or something with a chat person waiting to talk to them. Somebody turned on two-step verification on my account. Can't plan for things. Anyway, not much I can do about it right now except wait. So we're gonna grab our laptop and we're gonna go get some food. Don't drop your phone cable. The reason I have to use this other camera is because if I close the window on that chat session, chances are I'll lose my spot. I'll start all over again. Oh, what a world we live in. I made it this far. I realized I don't have my cushion. I still feel like I need that when I'm sitting for longer periods of time. I should still have those spiky things on my feet. It's kind of slippery in this parking lot. There it is. And you know what? We're gonna be smart about this. I'm not gonna lug my laptop to the parking lot all willy-nilly. I'm just gonna bring my backpack because I don't feel like breaking my laptop with everything else that's going on. Ooh, we've moved up in the world. All right. Lock. Got all of our old man things now. Let's do it. Still moving up. Good. Can't even do the editing I wanted to do because it's on that phone. Thank you so much.
Anything to eat?
Yes, I'm gonna get the half order of the Rockies nachos.
Sure, would you like some chicken, beef, what?
Beef and guacamole, no black olives.
No worries, sure.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Black olives be nasty. Current queuing position is 8. It was 121 when we started, so not too bad. Oh, and you just went down to 3. Let's go. Quality content. Quality content. The thing that's really annoying is they didn't even buy a good game. This is the stupid game they bought on my account. A bloody soccer game. Are you kidding me? Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Wow. Oh, that is a healthy amount of guacamole. Ooh, my current position is 1. Here we go. And these nachos are delicious. This is going great. Oh, I gotta read this. But first, let's see here. Yes, sir. Nachos. All right, back on the original iPhone. Those nachos were so good. Highly recommend it. I actually put up a post on Facebook the other day because somebody was telling me, go eat some nachos. And I went over to Craft Beer Market in Calgary and ordered their barrel of nachos or whatever. This place got them beat in spades. The person on the chat session over PlayStation was super helpful, got everything straightened out right away, got me access to my account, disabled that 2-step verification stuff, got me a refund issued. Now I just got to go activate 2-step verification on my own. Anyway, a little wrench that was thrown into our day, removed, on with the day. Ooh, look at that setup. Not gonna lie, Puts a smile on my face. All right. Penny, Penny, Penny. Did you even move, darling? Meow. Okay. Well, I guess now before we get to the meat and potatoes at the end, we should probably have a little story time here, because this just happened in the last couple days. And I was thinking about, how do I present that on the channel? Do I make it its own dedicated video? And I'm kind of just a little bit sick and tired of keeping things like that. So we're just going to kind of roll it all in. It's going to end up making this episode absolutely chock full of a whole bunch of information, but hey, that's life. So a few videos back before my surgery, I actually went and filmed in this store in Calgary called Craze Outdoors. And it's just this locally owned and operated store. It's a father and a son who run it, Conrad and Jason. And it's a camping supply store for, you know, campers, nomads, overlanders, all of that stuff. I went in there on my own whim when I was looking for a roto pack. And then I ended up getting to know Conrad quite well just on that initial meeting. And I asked if I could come back with my camera and feature it on the vlog, which I did. Had a really fun time doing it. It was content for me, and it was just a way to show off something that is local. I really do believe in supporting local when you can. And just the fact that they're so nice down there. He price matched for me when I was first there, and it's just, everything just went really well. So I felt like, yeah, let's give him a shout out on the channel. I didn't really think anything was going to come of it, but Conrad called me a few days back and he said, "Hey Matthew, just wanted to let you know, after your video went live, we had a whole bunch of traffic over on our website, and we even had a bunch of people come into the store and said that they had seen the store on your channel. So we wanted to put together a little thank you, like, gift basket thing for me." I can't even remember the words he actually used. And anyway, I ended up going down to the store and having an awesome conversation with him and his dad, Jason. They ended up gifting me far too much, extremely generous gifts. Those, like, they're not crampons, but those spiky things that I used when I walked up to the waterfall today. They gave me a heated vest, as well as a heated blanket, which I have yet to pull out. So we're going to be doing that later in this video, because I want to see what it's all about, which I just thought was so kind of them. They didn't have to do that, but they told me emphatically that they believe in paying it forward, which I have to agree with. So thank you again, you guys. Very, very kind of you. And we also got talking about the fact that they want to start an ambassador program, which, if you're unfamiliar with that is, it's just people that, you know, go out and use their products to help promote what's going on. I've had a couple companies sort of reach out to me in that respect before, and I've never sort of carpe diemed. But when it came to this, since I was able to be so blunt with what my expectations would be and what I wouldn't want it to become on my channel, and that turned out to all be copacetic, I agreed that, yeah, I will absolutely do that. I'm just kind of going to be like a guinea pig for this ambassador program for them. So look forward to that happening on the channel a little bit more, me using products that benefit my life living this way. And I will be, you know, shouting out and directing over to them, because, like I said, supporting local is really cool. They ship throughout all of Canada right now. They have a website. I'm going to start putting the website address in the description of all of my videos, so it's super easy to access. Unfortunately, right now, they do not ship to the United States, but I was talking to Jason, and that is definitely something that they're looking into in the future. Anyways, I just wanted to get that out here, because, again, it was one of those things where, and I've talked about this on my channel before, I don't usually do well when I receive positive feedback, and that's what that really was. It was a result of putting yourself out there. You know, I said, let me bring my camera down and do this just because I wanted to. I didn't think anything was going to come of it. I just really liked the store, the setup, and the people that were running it. And it just kind of goes to show, the more you be yourself and act on those feelings, emotions, just be who you want to be, good things can come of it. And I'm looking forward to working with those two in this capacity. So I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of people out there to be like, oh, no, you're just going to try and sell us crap. Literally not, but there are more people than your negative ass that always ask about the stuff that I am using. And if we can kind of be on the same page, I think that's pretty cool. Okay, I'm just going to stop rambling about that. It's time to start heading back into the city and pick up my little girl very soon. So I'm going to do that barring anything else that I feel needs to be filmed right now, and then we'll wrap this up at the end. What's up? What's up, little girl? Hi. Oh, hello. Yeah? Yeah? Are you telling me all about it? Are you telling me all about it? What else? Oh, yeah. Do you need a late night snack? Do you need a late night snack? She's like, yeah, there's a bear shit in the woods. All right. Okay. You're very vocal tonight, Penny. You need some wet food? Yeah? Whoa. Okay. Here you go. Bone apple tits, kitty cat. All right. Let's open up a heated blanket, shall we? Boop. Vest. And Dixon. Okay. Let's check this out. Oh, so I've never heard of this brand. Gobi Heat. I don't know. First time I'm opening this too. Ooh. All right. I bet you it needs to be charged. Oh wait, you can plug it straight in. Comes with its own little battery bank, which is cool. 20,000 milliamp battery. And yeah, just a straight like 12 volt cigarette lighter plug-in. Hello. Okay, let's get the, as colorful and as awesome as this bag is. Bye-bye. Okay. So there's a little zipper here. I'm assuming this is where they want you to stick the battery bank. Yeah, there's the plug-in. It's a decent size. I'm assuming it's the underside. You got this nice fabric-y side up here. And underneath, it's a little bit more, well, not as fabric-y, but still fabric-y, if you know what I'm saying. It's not very cold tonight, so it's a good night to be trying this. Like, it's still gonna get below 0. All right, so we're gonna turn on EcoFlow here. Beep. I believe the cigarette lighter is actually on this other side. Let's see, yep. It's down here. So I'm gonna turn on that zone. We gonna plug in the blanket. Ooh, lights up right away. You can see it. Nice and blue. All right, and up here on the blanket, let's see. It's gonna be a press and hold situation. Ooh, oh, it's got levels. Nice. All right, I'm gonna leave that on the hottest just to see how long it takes to get warmed up. Very exciting. Okay, I think mistakes have been made. I think it's the fuzzy side that's gonna warm up. I don't know. Hard to tell. Penny, your butt's in the way. Keep going. Why would the button be on the inside? But I mean, it makes sense. Why would you want this cold part against your body? All right. Warm me up. Interestingly, it's only taking 21 watts, which according to the EcoFlow at 100% means that it could run this blanket for 75 hours. That's pretty cool. 21 watts is nothing. Maybe a better move would be to lay on this and then get underneath the weighted blanket and have this warming you from underneath. I usually run hot, but that sounds super cozy. Hey, you like the heated blanket? Can you feel it through there? I think so. It's nice and warm now, isn't it? Yes, it is. Thank you. I like it under here. Hasn't even been that long. It's been like 10 minutes, if that, maybe. And yeah, she's nice and toasty. I think it would definitely be good to be laying on it. But this is nice too. It's All right. Let's wrap this up. Yeah, I think when I'm done here, I'm just going to use it as a giant heating pad and just lay down on top of it because my back's starting to get a little sore. Busy day today. A lot of fun. Super, super excited and happy to finally be able to reveal the Jeep here on the channel. I don't know if I will ever feel like I did it justice, but that's just me, again, being my own worst critic. It is what it is. Super excited to start sharing a whole bunch of stuff with you and a whole bunch of whatever is to come. I'm very excited for this next chapter of my van life. And if you are still here watching at this point, that means you are one of the truly dedicated VanlifePLUS fans, and I have to say a very special thank you to you. I appreciate you watching to the end of all of my videos. That really does mean the world. I try to give you little bonuses and treats here and there for doing so. In this case, it's just going to be sort of a summary, or not even a summary, but just a very loose breakdown on what you can expect here for chapter 4, as I started talking about earlier, because the way this chapter is going to be, it's really for you people that are supporting me and invested in the story that I'm telling, which is really, at the end of the day, just the story of my life. And that being said, last chapter was talking about getting out to your happy place. This chapter is going to be about getting to know me a little bit more and exactly what it was that helped shape the man that I am today, which is honestly someone I am very proud of. Finally, there were moments in my life, I'm sure, in the past where I was proud of myself, but I have never felt this proud of myself, I don't think. And if it isn't plainly obvious, I can be quite emotional, and I used to be a very big romantic, believe it or not. And there were, I always say this, there were 5 women that helped shape the man I became, starting way back when I was just a wee lad. Because after all, I absolutely wear this ring for a reason, but that sounds like a future Matthew problem. Thank you very much for watching, and until the next one, everybody, just go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourselves. Most importantly, be positive, and remember, only dead fish go with the flow.